Hello everyone! I go by Zhao the Artist, and recently I got the opportunity to interview Lunar Leverett, who was the event organizer for the Owl House Reanimated fan project, which, if you didn't already know, was a map or multi-animator project where fans volunteered to redraw the entire first episode of the Owl House TV show. Clocking in with a full 22-minute runtime, this map was no walk in the park and took multiple years to finish. And today, we're here to talk all about it. Welcome to Storyforge, the podcast where we talk about all things in the creative furnace, such as animation, music, comics, writing, and probably some other stuff that I can't be bothered to specify. Without further ado, let us begin.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sure.
All right.
Let's go.
Ready to rock and roll. I got my small cup of coffee and then the big water bottle on the other side of the desk.
Yes, I've got my water bottle.
We are ready to rock and roll. But yeah, so, how and when did you get into the Owl House fandom? Because for me, I am so late to the party on everything. A friend introduced it to me. It was a month after it ended or something. So I'm actually really curious. Yeah, what and when did you get into it?
Right at the beginning, actually. It came out in 2020. I think they advertised it a few months beforehand. And just from the trailer alone, I was like, this is going to be my kind of show. It was witchy. It had a brown femme protagonist. And from Luz's outfit, you could see, I clocked on already, it was a non-binary flag with a purple, white, yellow, and black.
Oh my god, I am so dumb. I'm so slow.
No, you're not slow. It's something I was specifically thinking about when I was watching it. With her being a weirdo, I was like, what do they mean by this? Obviously they meant neurodivergent, but also in the queer way, but we didn't know that at the time when we first started watching it.
Oh, this is funny. Yeah, I was wondering, what's with the split between the hood and the sleeves and then the shirt?
Yeah. It was 100% intentional, I think. I mean,
that is actually fascinating. No, I would believe so.
Especially if you see her later outfits as well. They're the genderqueer colour with the purple, white and green. So I do think it's intentional. But yeah, I thought, I wish I had this show when I was growing up. But I was just super into it. And whenever there was breaks between seasons, I would look up on YouTube all the animatics and stuff. And I joined groups.
Do you have any names of artists who did animatics that were you remember first watching?
I don't remember their names.
That's fair.
But there was, the popular ones were Little Miss Perfect, basically Lumity shipping ones.
Yeah, I've seen a few of them. The friend that introduced to me was pretty big into fan fiction, listening to fan songs, and being very active in the community. So I got to see some of that and kind of experience some of that way. But yeah, you could send me a couple if you want to link them in the description or something.
Yeah, the ones that were very popular at the time.
Or
I
ones
will
you
do.
think would be kind of pivotal. But yeah, okay.
But yeah, I just joined Discord servers and I looked for Owl House maps basically, and that's how I found this Owl House Reanimated one.
Oh wow, cool. So you were just very in touch with the community. It sounds like from day one, pretty much.
I was just super
trailers
into
for
it immediately.
Show, yeah. Dang, I'm a little envious, because I'm late to the party on almost everything. So I almost never am oh wow, this trailer looks pretty cool. I bet I would like that, that. It has happened, but it's so rare.
At least you didn't have to wait for the show to finish, and you didn't have to go through the heartbreak.
This is true. It was laid out right in front of me. Season 3 only has 3 episodes. That's a little strange.
Yeah.
Well, that actually segues really nicely into my next question is, when I joined the map, right, and I actually forget how I got recruited, how I found out about the project, because it was so long ago. I want to say it has something to do with Animator Guild. Do you remember posting about it on there?
I can actually, I checked your initial message and it was that. I had posted it in there.
Okay, yeah. Because, I'm very active. Funnily enough, I'm actually moderator now. I help Howard and
nice.
Cladvin manage that community now, which is wild to think back on that. But yeah, okay, so that is how I found out about it. But yeah, when I joined the map, and I was, I picked a part, and when I was working on it, the whole time I was working on my part, up to when it finished, you were the person. You were the map host. You were the, if you had any questions, go talk to Lunar. You were the, event organizer. When I joined on board and when it was completed. So, how did that come about? Were there other people or?
Okay, so, yeah, I'll explain. So I had already taken part in Reanimated maps before, and I've been mods for some stuff. I did a scene for this one, and then the original host of the project said that they just wanted to finish the project early, and it'd only been up to about 20% complete at this point. So I messaged them do you want some help? Because it'd be quite a shame if we just finished it now when it's doing so well, and we would like to have the whole episode rather than random scenes. And they just said yeah.
Oh, wow.
And there was I think 5 other staff for it at the time. This was 2022, I believe. And they kind of just dropped off slowly in time.
I see.
So I ended up just being me by myself. But at least the foundation had already been done. The scenes were already split up. There was already a scene spreadsheet. So it was just me doing checkups. But yeah, I just thought I may as well try and help out. And I was really passionate about the Owl House. And I'm glad I'd stayed and asked, honestly.
Yeah, I mean, oh shit, that's awesome. Because we saw it through. It was 100% by the end of all of it. Yeah, I guess that's what it needed. Someone to keep checking up on people. Yeah, I can understand, long volunteer efforts are life-changing, especially.
Yeah,
especially if you're high school going into college or something.
Exactly.
Or you're coming out of college and now, you're no longer neatly split into summers, university work, and free time. You're a good job and maybe family members and stuff. I can really understand that, but wow, yeah, five people to one lone Owl House director, one lone community
Still
manager.
kept saying we as if there was other people.
It's oh yeah, we're gonna get through this. Yeah. Oh man, I appreciate the Kenshin, the dedication. Oh wow, cool. So yeah, that I believe that answers both questions. Yeah, how did it come about that you were the event organizer, and then could you give a brief overview of the project's history?
Oh, okay.
Nailed both.
I've got
there.
More of a.
Oh yeah, no, go for it. Yeah, how it came to be, how long production took, and about how many people worked on it. Some of those are less history related, but yeah, I'd love to hear about it, especially for just myself, and I'm sure plenty of other people, who weren't involved in development, or people who joined late, they'd be curious to know.
Yeah, I joined April 2022, did my scene, then offered to help about end of 2022. Apparently, from when I was checking, the Discord started in 2021, but when I googled Owl House Reanimated, there was a Twitter post from 2020. So I'm honestly not sure when it actually started.
Oh, wow.
Which was when it was released, basically, wasn't it?
Holy shit, that is quick on the draw. It's hey, this cool show came out. You want to all draw it together.
So yeah, it was about 20% done when I started being mod, and I think each year another 25% was done until it was complete in December, basically, and then we released it in January.
I'm trying to think. I wonder how much runtime is that per year. I'm kind of really curious about that. We don't have to get into the maths.
Oh no, I'm trying to think. I don't even remember how long the episode is. It feels so short when you watch it.
It's 22 minutes. It does feel short because it's so well paced. It's really good. But it's no, I think it's still pretty 22 minutes or something.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, and there was 111 scenes.
111 scenes, so okay.
There's a few more animators than that, though. Some helped, some split scenes and stuff. But yeah, what else did you ask? Was that it? How many animators and?
How many years was production just from the Discord server?
So from the Discord, it was 2021. So
2021, 4
4 years.
Oh, 4 years, right,
I,
right.
I
So
wouldn't
before.
call January a year because it's 2026.
Oh no,
I'd
man! It
call
was
it
it was
till
a
end.
5 year production. That last month was crazy. You wouldn't believe it. Yeah, yeah, yeah. So 4 year production. That
Yeah.
is awesome. That is so fucking cool. Like that it sustained. Just that in intent for a fandom thing could sustain
Yeah,
for 4 years is. That's
exactly.
beautiful. That is some dedication and a half there. Like wow. Yeah, I think you did pretty kick ass on that. I don't think I can think of anything else history wise, unless there's anything else you'd like to go into more detail with.
And if I think of something else, I'll say.
Okay,
When
yeah.
it comes
Again,
up.
we can. I'm cool. Keep this pretty casual. We can always circle back to something if you want.
Yeah.
Just let me know. We can go for it. Yeah. So moving things from like the history and how you got into the Owl House and more that kind of angle to what your experience was like since you've seen through and been checking up on people for like multiple years and you've talked to people who started this. Actually, you said you had worked on other reanimated projects in the past. Do you have any advice for someone who might want to organize a fan project similar to this, be it just a short sequence to music, 3 minutes, or even a full episode like this one? Like, do you have any advice to someone who might want to organize or take part in a map?
Yeah, but in terms of organising, you have to show passion and engagement in your project. It helped that I had done a scene for it and took on another scene, and I made 2 trailers for it, shared it in relevant spaces where I thought fans would be.
Hey, look, that's how I got in on it.
Yeah, exactly. People need to feel like the host is invested. If they're not sharing it or just being dead silent, people are going to lose interest. So think, what's the point? So I made sure to share regular updates. I think you know that I checked in on the 10th every single month. Not just to show my passion as well, but it was also because people can just forget. They're volunteering.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's just engagement, basically. I'd say is the most important thing. If you want to join, just Google your favorite thing, Reanimated, and see what comes up.
Yeah, sure, sure. I see consistency too in how you describe that. You said you checked in the 10th of every month. That's not the most difficult thing on its own, but the fact that you do it every month, you show up same day. I see a lot of like professionalism in that, and that kind of paints you as someone dependable. Someone like, well, this person
thank you, exactly.
gives a shit. They're gonna see this
Yeah.
through. Yeah, so that makes sense. Yeah, that's cool. Appreciate it.
Oh no, I would say as well, if you want to join projects, usually they do want to see that you can animate. It doesn't have to be amazing. You just know the basics of how to, or if you don't know how to, be honest about that and just show that you're passionate about joining or whatever.
I will say, yeah, I'll add to that. Yeah, put together a little show reel, with music, just clips, get an effects or someone else who makes cool copyright-free music, slap that up on YouTube, and pretty much regardless of, even if you're just a beginner doing like, flower sacks, bouncing balls, and you have 1 or 2 character animations, that might be enough if you put it all together to some music and you have it nicely. Most people have enough, at least in spaces that I'm in. I'm talking to people. Most animators do have enough for a show reel, even if they might not think they're particularly ready. And I was actually in that place at one point. But yeah, no, put together a little something, and that can definitely boost your chances. I know I'm doing a Avatar Reanimated collab, and I got in right away because of that.
Yes, I know about that one. I might join that soon.
I can send you the work in progress for my scene afterwards, actually, if you'd like to see it.
Sure.
I was super sneaky. I took one of the only fight choreography scenes, which I'm very proud of. Yeah, bringing it back to the topic at hand, even though that is kind of still the topic at hand because it is map related.
Yeah.
So this is like a 2-parter. Is there anything you wish you would have done differently looking back? And then on the flip side, what were some things that worked exceedingly well, which you're proud of?
I think one thing I definitely would have done differently is being more assertive with animators who weren't able to meet the deadlines a lot faster.
Ah, I see.
I was people pleasing and avoiding conflict where I'm like, oh, it's okay, you can take your time. But it's fine to be able to tell someone that they can't meet the workflow demands for the project because it's not fair on the other participants. I feel like things dragged on quite a bit longer because I took so long to be a bit more assertive. So that's something I definitely would have changed. You're not a bad guy for being assertive. basically.
Yeah, no, I could see that. I like the that you want to respect other people, and that letting people who are just not able to or not willing to meet the demands, you're kind of letting down the people who are able to do that.
Exactly.
It's not
Yeah.
just saying no to somebody, it's also kind of saying yes to other people. Yeah, what are you was there anything else that you would like to add to the what you would have done differently, or?
No, honestly, I was mainly quite happy with how this has turned out, and I think I was most proud of the trailer I made, honestly, because it just helped getting people excited for the project again, and it helped with
Yeah,
recruitment so much. Just
I
sharing
bet,
that people
yeah.
were into it.
Because that's, for me, this is like the second map I've participated in.
Okay.
The first one didn't go anywhere. I was like the first or second person to join. Never went anywhere. This
Oh,
one,
okay.
and then now I'm part of the Avatar Reanimated. For me, as someone who is very passionate about shows, but also has a lot of my own art, the number one thing I'm looking for is, are other people doing this?
Yeah.
Is the ball already rolling? I can just jump in, do my part, and be like, yep, cool. Other people will, there's plenty of dedication. There's like a surplus of stuff. So I think I can imagine why a trailer would be really good for recruitment, because it's like, oh wow, look, other people are doing this. Cool. This is like, you're not afraid of joining in because you know that
Yeah.
there's plenty of momentum to go around.
Yeah, exactly. I think no, I don't know. If I see an advert and it's not got a trailer, I'm kind of like I'll wait. I'll wait to see how the progress goes. I don't know why. I don't want to be the first one to be in a project.
Yeah, it's that is kind of funny because like, well, somebody had to be like,
I
that's not
know,
how that
but
works. But no,
I think
I'm
same with
the
you.
exact same way because I got burned the first time.
Exactly. I have been in a few successful ones. Gravity Falls got finished. Being Puppy Cat got finished. There was a Treasure Planet reanimated as well.
Oh
But
wow.
there was a couple, I'm not going to say which, but they
Yeah,
didn't
obviously I'm not gonna say
complete.
who was organizer messaged me for the one that didn't go anywhere. No, I completely understand.
Yeah, they didn't get complete, and it was just sad. I'm like, especially because these ones went on for a few years as well. But yeah,
Yeah,
so now I'm a bit more picky with what I join.
yeah, understandably so.
But yeah, in terms of other things I'm proud of, I think it was just the check-ins as well. It gave space for like animators to know how long they've got till they need to show a whip, and it meant I had time that I could put into the project. I had a consistent schedule, if you get me.
Yeah, no, I think I get you. And also, 1 month is a pretty reasonable time to have some sort of progress. I think it's in the sweet spot of, it's not so much that a lot of people are going to have something in life that's preventing them from doing it, be it work or family obligations. But it's also close enough where it's like, oh yeah, by the end of the month, I need to have worked on this and have some substantial progress. I feel like it's close enough where it does light a little fire under people a little bit. So they don't,
Yeah.
again, as you were saying, they don't just forget about it. Which actually, that is a good point, to have like lots of check-ins is a good strategy, because it's not just like, oh, you need to have your rough done in like 6 months from now. Then you need to have the final colored clean like in the next 6 months. It keeps you remembering that it exists, which is actually
Yeah.
probably really integral. I never thought about that, because I haven't run any maps, and this is like the second one I joined. That is interesting to hear about all the systems at play for organizing that.
Do you enjoy what you've joined so far?
Yes, absolutely. Except for the one that didn't go anywhere. Although I am proud, it was a Gravity Falls. It was a Bill Cipher animation to some music, and I did put it in my very first showreel. And I had like, he turns red for fire, and he kind of looks pissed. Like, that was very early fire animation. I had fun with that, and so I'm glad I was able to use it. But
Nice.
unfortunately, it did never make it to the context it was supposed to. So yeah, no, I am super happy, yeah, to be part of like, the Owl House Reanimated. That was so fun. Yeah, I still remember, watching the first episode, then rewatching the first episode with, one of my family members, and just the joke that I got to do was really funny. It made me laugh every time. And so to
Awesome.
be drawing with the, the actual voice actors, audio and everything. It was also kind of in a time before I collaborated with people, which I'm thankfully getting a lot better at. Like I'm going to be directing a music video soon with a bunch of friends and friends of
Oh,
friends. And then I'm also accepting some help on a short film that I'm doing. So with like, voice acting and
awesome.
music and then a little bit with the art as well. So this was before I had a lot of like, options or was kind of more like accepting help or working within a bigger context. So it was very cool to one be working on something that I know will be in a big sequence, and then later when it was finished to actually see it with everyone else's work was just so surreal. That was so cool. So yeah, so suffice to say, yes, I did enjoy the projects I was part of.
Oh, I've thought of things to ask you after, but
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah,
Go
sure.
on.
Yeah, how did you find, you spoke a little bit about this with, being active, talking in relevant spaces, posting about the project, but like, yeah, how did you find and coordinate enough volunteers for a full 22 minutes of
Oh.
runtime? Like, holy, like, that is hard enough to do. I'd love to have my own IP or do more short films and stuff. So like I'm pretty familiar with the animation pipeline from story and script writing to finished project. And I've just been looking up all kinds of stuff with that. But like that is really hard to do with the budget and with full-time employees. Like holy,
Hmm.
how did you do this?
It really, honestly, I thought, oh, it's fine. It's only 111,
Only
but
111.
compared to say 300, which some movie reanimated ones are. But as I said, I'd shared the project in spaces where I thought fans would be, where animators would be, trying to make it enticing for people to join. Or say things like it will help with your portfolio, and you get to be part of a big project.
Shh, don't let anyone
But
know that you can just make portfolio work by yourself. You don't need someone to tell you to make portfolio. Never let them know that.
no,
No, it's great. I'm glad. I
it's
will be putting that in my portfolio. I'll be like, yep, I got my name in the credits of the Owl House Reanimated and Avatar: The Last Airbender re-aired. I'm gonna be flexing that for sure.
Yeah, exactly. It's something to be proud of.
For
It's a
sure.
community thing. Yeah, I got people to share it on the subreddit, got people to share it on Twitter, because I don't use these social medias. Asking other people to share it is really helpful. But yeah, I was surprised, even after a couple of years, people were still eager to join. Because the trailer, I don't know when I made that, 2022, 2023. I thought that might put people off because it's not come out yet or whatever. And I think for some maps, people have a following already on their YouTube, and that helps with reach. Whereas this
Oh yeah.
was completely
I
from
would imagine,
scratch.
yeah, if you
So
were.
I didn't have that. So that's why I reached out to other people to help promote it as well,
Oh,
who had
gotcha,
bigger
gotcha.
followings.
Yeah, I would imagine if you did this enough, actually, now that you mention it, you would become known as someone who would be basically like a professional map director. Where it's like, oh yeah, this person has organized events before; they'll see it through. You would build a trust in, I guess, the community that way eventually. Which I do wonder if that would be like
Yeah,
movie directors, where it's like if you fail your first one, then you kind of lose all your street credit. But
yeah.
yeah, no, that is interesting that you point out asking other people to promote stuff for you, because that seems like something I could use, because I'm pretty much just on YouTube and then my own personal website where I can, mess with stuff and make it look all artsy and like Web 1.0 and look the way I want it and
Oh,
organize it the
lovely.
way, because
Yeah.
it's so painful to put a portfolio on social media. And it doesn't
Yeah.
help that I do a bunch of different things. Like, it's like, oh yeah, here's some music I'm making. Here's a comic. Here's the animation show reel. Here's all the concept art that's just like still images for the film I'm doing. It's just, if I don't have full control, it will be such a mess. So yeah, so I'm not big onto a lot of stuff. I do frequent r/animation, which is really fun. There's so much just indie, just one or two people making really cool stuff. So I'll be helpful on there if I can and stuff. There are some places, but yeah, I'm not big on that. So I can definitely relate to be like, yeah, there's a couple platforms I'm somewhere on sometimes, but I'm not like, I guess, chronically online or like as tapped in as some people
Oh
are.
no, not like
Yeah.
me. Yeah, you can't rely on social media to push your things anymore. And I thought, especially with this, it's going to be a copyright issue. I'm going to have to ask people for help. And there's nothing wrong with asking for help. You don't get if you don't ask. I'd say as well, you need to make time for admin work, spreadsheets, checking on people, DMing them, checking if they've changed credits or their username handles, because people do that a lot.
Oh, really? Yeah. I know during the process, I actually created my website. So I was one of those people who's like, hey, can you please put this here? I deleted my link tree, actually.
Yeah, it's fine. You let me know, but a lot of the time you might have to just find this yourself. It was unfortunately.
Oh, wow. People don't let you know?
No, some people just disappear. They leave the server, and you're like, okay. And the last link I had for you is now gone. So how am I supposed to find you ever again? There is one person on this project who I really like the art of, but they completely vanished from the internet, and I thought, I'm not sure how I'm supposed to credit them now, because
I guess you just go with
what if
the
they don't want
last
their name
username?
there? Yeah, that's what I did do, but I wasn't sure.
That's a good
'cause
point.
I
Yeah, do
thought
they even
maybe
want their username on there? But
Yeah.
I mean, you know, that's not on you
But
at that point. That's on them. Because if they wanted no if they were like, hey, don't credit me before they left, that's, you know, different. But they need to tell you that.
Yeah.
If they said, hey,
Exactly.
like, you know, they say once, that's a statement, like, hey, please credit me this, and then they completely vanish. I mean, what else can you do other than honor their original statement as best you can?
Yeah.
That is wild to me that people just change their username or credits and don't even tell you. Like, holy.
I think they just honestly forget, and that's fine. They might have already done their scene, and it's been a while.
Yeah, I guess, yeah. If you finish your scene, you're not thinking about the project anymore, on to other things in life.
Yeah.
Oh man, still, that is one nice thing about having your own website, I will say, yeah, because you can just kind of tie everything back to that, and then kind of no matter what, it's like, you know, if a new platform pops up, or if you start to, you leave your YouTube channel. I don't plan to be leaving my YouTube channel, by the way. But you know, you go and just do like blogs on another platform or something, you can, all those links to your website will still be yours, which is kind of nice.
Yeah.
So that's actually a very interesting challenge. I would not have to thought of, oh yeah, when you're a map organizer, you need to hunt down people's credits because they might change them and not tell you.
Oh man, it was especially irritating when I was trying to do checkups, and I looked on the spreadsheet at who had a whip, so I needed to see if they had posted anything recently.
Oh, and then
So I'd
Discord names
you
and
know,
stuff might change.
Discord names changed, and I'm like,
But
So I had to search the number of the scene that they claimed. This is why I always was like, please claim it in a channel so I can. That's why.
that just adds even more convolution to parts. Like, the people working on the parts actually do change sometimes. Like, I know I was given a part, and I believe I was handed a background. They're like, oh yeah, the person before you made this, but then they dropped out. It's like, sometimes it's not even like a name change, it's like, it's just actually different people working on it. And then on top of that, you have all the lovely confusion of name changes and profile picture changes and all that. Oh wow, that's actually really interesting that that's why you claim a scene, or at least one of the reasons why you claim a scene, is so you can then go back and track it.
Yeah, because people would just DM or ask to email, and I just said no, do it purposely in this channel specifically.
Yeah. Oh yeah, how did you do emails and stuff? I didn't ever do any of the email stuff. I just sent it on Discord. But like, did you have a separate email, or like, was there an email for the project, or?
There was an email for the project that got given to me.
Okay.
It was just there for, well, obviously hosting all the spreadsheets and the video files. People could email their scenes in, but honestly, I wasn't that bothered unless Discord had like reduced quality significantly.
Well, the scenes are cut
I would
up
just
pretty
download it from Discord.
Small, so I would imagine most of them would fit on Discord just fine. Or, you know, you can use Dropbox. You know, MediaFire exists. It's not that crazy. You can work around it if you need to.
Yeah, I wasn't that strict on his emails.
Gotcha. But yeah, no, I was curious about that because, again, I just sent my finished part on Discord, forgot about it, so I didn't even I vaguely remember there was an email for the project. But yeah, I was not part of that, so I was curious. Okay, I swear I don't mean to throw shade to people. I understand, you know, I'm in a very privileged position to be out of university and have tons of time to work on art and stuff, and it's really great. It's really awesome. I'm appreciative to everyone who supports me, especially my family. And I know, some people, they have a lot more responsibilities and life stuff going on than me. But with all that said, with all the backpedaling out of the way, if you were to estimate how many people finished their parts versus how many people dropped out, what about would the ratio be? You don't need to have an exact number. It was just a vibe. I'm really curious, what was the turnover rate? Because there's like 106 or just over 100 scenes. How many people would you estimate joined to work on a part compared to how many finished? Like, how many people made it through the marathon?
Okay. I did have a look over this using the Pick Apart channel. It was a bit confusing to work out, but basically, from the time I had started modding, roughly about half the scenes taken had been dropped and replaced with a backup.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, which is crazy. Which basically means it was like 50-50 chance of a scene being done. Even a person took it.
Yeah, that's why I asked, because it's interesting to see. Yeah, wow.
It makes me wonder how
it finished at all.
How big a project. Well, this is why people have backups, don't they?
Yeah. Well, actually, that to anyone listening who wants to join a map and it's full, list as a backup one. List as a backup animator. It might be, you might have a higher chance of getting a part than you think.
Yeah.
Because holy, I would look at backup and be like, I probably won't get in. I won't bother. But like, oh wow. Obviously, each project is going to be different people, different life circumstances. But wow. Backup artist is underrated.
No, that just reminded me. I was a backup for the Treasure Planet one, and I ended up getting a scene right towards the end. Someone dropped out. So yeah, it is worth joining as a backup if you really are interested.
How did you work that out? I'm actually a little curious. You said the Pick Apart channel, so you just look at like how many people versus how many.
What? So I would post occasionally at backups. Scenes, blah 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 blah, or open.
Oh, okay. So you just look at all of those. Yeah,
that's what I was
gotcha,
checking.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I was just super curious where you got the stats. Yeah. Okay. And then moving further past the mechanics, I guess, and into your more personal just experience. What was this like? Because you were like, when did you join the project again? So it was like 2022, right? If I recall.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So yeah, what was it like to watch a project of this scale progress? I wrote start to finish in the question, but like when you joined, it was about 20% done. You go from like 20%, like mostly incomplete, to finished, uploaded, winning the copyright dispute, actually having it on YouTube, having it on, I believe you put it on Newgrounds too. I'm still putting off making my Newgrounds account, so I didn't look at it over there, but maybe one day. I know a couple of my animation mentors really like Newgrounds, so I might check it out. But yeah, what was that like? 20% to published.
Do you know what? It was actually really satisfying with watching the consistent progress incrementally go up each month. The feeling that, someday this is going to be released, a full animated episode made by fans. Like, it did take a long time, but I'm still so proud, honestly. I'll be perfectly honest. Did not know when it would be finished. I had ideas. It's like roughly this, but I thought it'd be done a bit earlier than it was, but then it ended up taking a bit longer because I was not assertive enough. There wasn't any point I thought this isn't going to be finished. I just didn't know when. So
yeah,
2025 though, I was like, this is getting done. I don't care. It's getting finished. Nice. If I have to do a bunch of scenes, I'm doing it.
Yeah, that is. I've heard. I forgot her name, but I remember someone was like, yeah, when I run a map, I think long and hard about it for maybe even a year, and I think, okay, would I be willing to draw all the scenes by myself if I had to? That's the level of dedication you need to finish one of these things. Which was like, oh, that is, the producer in me is just like wincing in pain of like, oh, that's a lot of work.
Just yeah. It wouldn't be good though if you did that. The whole point is to showcase everyone's work.
No, that is no one do that. It's much more of a dramatic way to paint a picture, which I think is good.
I was willing though.
It's a good metaphor for your dedication, but it's I won't deny it's excessive. Yeah, I have to look. I just watched the episode. I didn't look through. I wasn't looking for your name in it, so I'm curious I'll have to look for what part you did. I was just enjoying the episode. I wasn't worrying about the names.
the time I joined, I was joining way too many things before I'd got enough animation skills. So I cringed quite a lot at my scene.
Oh no, that's great. That's good. That means you've improved so much. It means you're not stagnating. It means
Yeah,
you're growing
honestly, I
as
look at it, I'm like, it's not
yeah,
even
you're
that
like
bad.
growing as a person.
It's not even
like
that bad.
that's a good thing.
Yeah.
To look and be like, oh wow,
The-
like I've gotten a lot better.
The one that I took on recently to help finish it, it was the end sequence with the worm house.
Oh yeah. Oh, okay. I remember that. Yeah.
Yeah.
That was pretty goofy.
It was goofy, it was smart because that was quick to animate.
Oh yeah,
And
you're right,
it was a
because they're all
reference
just little
to
like lines.
the
It's just
worms,
like
yeah.
wave principle, but like forever. That's all you have to do. Oh wow.
And it wasn't out of randomness. It was an actual part of the fandom. Between season 2 and season 3, people got a little bit mental and just started drawing the Owl House as worms. You can search the worm house. It was a
I
thing.
will have to look that up. What the actual fuck?
It's someone who made a lot of comics for it. It's actually really, really well done.
Wow, I mean, I have to respect the dedication. I'm a little confused
that's
on
what the
what they
reference
decide to be
was.
dedicated to, but like, I mean, hey, regardless, that's some real dedication right there, man. Wow. I guess just continuing on with that. Hey, I'm pretty proud of how I organize these questions. They flow into each other well.
They do.
How does it feel now that the project is uploaded and it's finished and you're not, you don't have any of the responsibilities or just it's finally over? What does that feel like?
I'm so proud. I'm so happy that I got to work with so many artists. I shared this with my siblings, and they recognized some of the artists and were like, "Oh yeah, they're really popular on this." I'm
Oh, wow.
like, "Oh, I didn't even
That's
know.
cool.
I didn't even know. I'm working with." It's a good thing I've been polite to everybody, because
Yes, this is true. This is true. When you step into a new room, yeah, be polite. You never know who's there.
yeah, I love the fandom. I'm so happy that like we have the internet and it gave us this opportunity to band together to make something special. And also, obviously, I feel so relieved. It's finally
I bet, yeah, like multiple year-long volunteer production with a 50% turnover rate. I can imagine that
Yeah,
could get
and,
stressful at times.
Yeah, I was doing a course during this as well, a 2-year course. Finished that, and this was still going on.
Oh wow. What
But,
were you studying, if you don't mind me asking?
animal management.
Ah, cool.
So I just thought about the snakes now because I lose.
No, I completely understand. That's how it be. Sometimes you just get flashes.
I'm glad
of
I still
scenes.
did it. Despite that, I still carried on with this. But yeah, I'm just proud, mainly. That's my
Yeah,
feelings.
Thank you to everybody, who worked on this. Very,
Mm-hmm.
very proud of them too for just seeing it through. And I think that's really cool. That's always been something that stuck with me the more I learn about the animation pipeline or storytelling or filmmaking, comics, the more I learn about these things and how studios make them and stuff. Or like, and it doesn't really matter where it comes from. Like it could be Eastern like anime pipeline or, learning about how an old school Disney film was made or whatever. Just the amount of hands that go into something, or if you look at the credits of like a Studio Ghibli film, the amount of human collaboration is so insane. It's so insane that so many people work together and make something. And I think that's just so cool.
Yeah.
That is awesome that the fandom is like has that much passion to do that for something like this.
Consistent, lasting passion.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I forget again because I didn't watch it while it was airing. I just have memories of the story. I don't have memories of like exactly what days I watched it. But like, how long after the show ended is this coming out?
So I think it finished April 2023.
2023. Yeah, so
I
that's
believe.
a good 2 years later, 3 years later, if you count the 1 month.
Yeah.
Yeah, that is. Cool.
Yeah.
That's actually really cool because that's just past the 2-year mark where people kind of might forget all the details and then they get to revisit it and then rediscover it. That's actually a really thing that happens sometimes.
And yeah, people get distracted by new things as well.
Yeah.
So
They might not be thinking about it. So that's actually really cool. I wonder, how many people got to have that experience of kind of feeling like they got to watch the first episode for the first time again.
You mean from
Yeah,
watching
from watching
the
Reanimated. Yeah, where they
Reanimated?
get to kind of relive what it was like to watch the first episode for the first time.
From reading the comments, there was a lot of people who were very, very happy about it, very nostalgic.
Yeah,
And I love reading the comments, honestly.
that's awesome.
A lot of people just saying, "How has it been 6 years?"
Yeah, that's understandable. Yeah, yeah. I feel that. I don't know about you, but I'm very much a person who's like that. It's like time for me is like phases in life, and it's like these little things remind you, like, oh, whoa, it's wait, what? No, no, I don't believe
Yeah.
you. It hasn't been 6 years. Like, nope, the calendar doesn't lie.
No, you just gotta at one point you do have to accept you're just getting old.
Yep. You just gotta accept. Yep. And that's why you gotta keep learning. You gotta try to grow wise too. That's all I can do about it. That brings us to the end, except for the extra stuff. Is there anything about the project or maps in general that you'd like to add that I did not ask?
Just that I love the opportunity animated projects give to artists who might not, for whatever circumstance or reasons, get a chance to participate in animated shows.
Oh yeah, no, for sure. Like, so many people want to work on a show or like work on a bigger project or a music video and stuff, but like they just either one aren't at the skill level to be hired by studios, or two, they're just not in the network. Like, you know, studios have limited positions. It's really hard to be freelance and do successful. Not saying it can't be done, obviously. Like, plenty of people do it exceedingly well. But it's hard to freelance for studios. You know, a lot of times it just doesn't work out. That these people, even if they're really good, they might just not have either the network or the style might not line up, or they just don't have the opportunity to work on a show. That's a pretty narrow margin, and it really is only getting more narrow with like so many shows getting bloody canceled and stuff. But then on the flip side, you have all the indie stuff, like, you know, like Lackadaisy is exceedingly well funded even before they were part of Glitch. So like it's an interesting time to be in for sure. I would 100% agree. It's awesome that these people get to, you know, as I was saying earlier, I thought it was a really profound experience for me to have my art with so many other people's in sequence. And I think that's really cool.
Yeah, I like how accessible it is. And also, you do learn a lot from joining these. And
oh, for sure.
Not just practicing your own art form, but how to be in a team with people. And I don't know, I love seeing everyone's different styles so much.
Yeah. One thing I did not really think about, but this is a very kind of, at least to me, undervalued part of maps, is because you're recreating something from a professionally produced TV show, you can learn a lot about their art direction, composition, you know, the way that they animate, because, you know, you're watching the clip over and over and over and over, and you're paying attention to literally everything that's going on in this one scene to the point where you can then tell the same story. You will learn a lot, you know, especially if it's a well put together show. Like, I can actually relate this. The reason I'm kind of going on and on about this is I'm animating for Avatar: The Last Airbender Reanimated. I'm doing this quick fight sequence between, I say quick, I have 5 cuts for the scene. Is fight between Zuko and Aang, and I'm like, wow, there is so much intricacy and nuance in the martial arts here. It's crazy. It's given me a much deeper appreciation for Studio Mir's work, and like that comes from being part of the map. It comes from recreating it and having that, you know, extended period of time with just one scene, just really absorbing it and really spending time to look at it and appreciate it.
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, you reminded me. I just like seeing people's reinterpretations as well.
There's a couple that come up pretty frequently, like South Park and Lego, which I think are really funny. I don't know if we had any.
Oh, you mean the styles?
Yeah, the styles. Yeah. No, well, there was a South Park Reanimated episode that I saw. Yeah, no, like just the little like paper cutouts, and then whether they do it digitally like South Park actually does, or if they just, you know, actually have the paper cutouts, is pretty fun too. But yeah, Legos. I always find those two really funny. Some people do really creative stuff. Like, I forgot what their name was, but somebody, like, they did like a weird Photoshop thing where they like warped the textures from like one picture to like texture everything. It was just
Jenny Davala, I think you're
Yeah,
speaking
I'm
of.
pretty sure that was the person. It was like mind-boggling,
Yeah,
this technique. I'm like,
yeah, it was
what are
crazy.
you,
I was like,
what are you doing? Like,
amazing.
how do you become this powerful?
They are so talented. Their papercraft scene was incredible. I was just looking, I was watching it myself, like, how are they even doing this? I want to try it myself, honestly. I think there was quite a few people commenting about their work on the YouTube video as well, saying how is nobody talking about this? Because it is mental. I don't know if you saw the scene of the aisle, just so much went into that.
Obviously, I did see it because I watched the whole thing, but like,
Gushing over it.
I need to look at it again.
Yeah.
Yeah, I only watched full episode once.
I watched it quite a
Yeah,
few times. I was
so
just so happy with
I
it.
should watch it again.
And everyone did amazing.
I just as a person have a hard time making time to watch things in general, so it's not so much not wanting to watch it, it's just I have a hard time with that kind of thing.
No, that's fine. I get that. My siblings don't particularly enjoy watching Reanimate. They find it jarring.
No, I
with the
understand.
constant style
I don't know,
changes.
as just a really artsy person who's just, been drawn pretty much their whole life and stuff. I love it. I do understand how it's different than a TV show where it has a consistent style. I think if you do...
Yeah, and attention spans affect it as well.
That too, I guess.
Not an insult. It was people saying it themselves. They said they'd love to watch this, but they don't have the attention span for it. I'm like, okay, fine.
But I mean, if you're in the... I guess it's a different audience because they're on YouTube. I was about to be like, if you're in the fandom, you had the patience to watch the entire show. I mean, whatever, It's not my responsibility.
No, exactly.
But I do understand how it could be a bit jarring because it is... Yeah, every scene is a different style. And that...
Yeah, about every 10
10
seconds,
yeah.
roughly.
See, I would think that would help the attention span, It's like, new thing. But, it is what it is. Well, I think now that I got the super sneaky question of asking if I should have asked anything else to make sure I have all my bases covered, we're good to go on to some fun extra stuff. Who is your favorite character from the Owl House, or characters if you are one of those people who just can't pick a favorite character? Maybe you could do top 3 or something from the Owl House, and why?
I think, yeah, I definitely have a fave. 2 faves, probably.
Okay.
Luce, obviously. I identify with her quite a bit, just being a genderqueer weirdo who loves fantasy.
Gotcha.
And Hooty.
Hooty.
I adore Hooty.
I fucks with Hooty.
I felt so bad for Hooty. He was treated so poorly by everybody. What did he do wrong? Until Lilith. I was so glad Lilith treated him right.
Yeah.
Because no one else did.
Yeah, Hooty is the owl in the house. Like, I mean, it's in the show. Like, he needs to be there. He's important.
Yeah, he's so funny. He's constantly there for you. He protects everybody. And I don't get it. It's his voice. They just don't like him. I get he's slimy. He can't help it.
Yeah, he's funny.
Oh my gosh, no, that reminded me, there was I don't know if it was the actual voice actor for Hooty who did a cover of Little Miss Perfect. I'm not sure. I'll have to send you this after.
Yeah. Do send. I would appreciate that.
He sang.
That sounds like completely unironically awesome. Yeah, for me, it's got to be Luce. I have so many things in common with her. It is actively scary. It's just the little things, like, in, what is it, season 2 or 3? I think it's season 3. She opens up her desktop and it has Wallow Knights, clearly a ripoff of Hollow Knight. I'm like,
yeah,
we played the same games with the same person. She loves drawing, high fantasy. I'm really into
Tamagotchi.
Tolkien.
Oh.
Tamagotchi. Oh wait, what? What's the Tamagotchi reference?
Do you not remember?
Oh my god,
she used it to talk to Amity.
Oh my god, yeah, holy shit. Oh, okay. I always wondered what those things were. Oh my gosh. Oh man. Holy, yeah.
Wait.
I can see it. Yeah, it really does look like Tamagotchi or like a yellow Digivice.
Yeah,
holy,
Digivice,
wow.
exactly.
Or even down to like Ida saying like you know, what? I thought this movie just came out in theaters a while ago. And Luce is like, oh
Oh
yeah,
my god.
Dragon Claw Z's pretty old. Like, it's so funny.
Oh, I love Edie.
Or,
So
yeah, when
much.
she's really depressed after her dad died, I believe, yeah, he passed away pretty unexpectedly in the story. And then,
Yeah.
she gets into a lot of stories, and that really, like, helps fuel her passion for life to see all these characters go on these adventures and stuff. But there's a soul devourer, as in Soul Eater, poster in her room. I'm like,
Oh.
yep, I watched that show too. I
Amazing.
think the difference is she finished it. I didn't. But yeah, it's just, again, comparison after comparison over and over and over. Or she loves cats. I'm a bit funny about that because I really love cats. I don't have cats though, so I always joke, oh, I'm overcompensating. I'm drawing them all the time because they're cool. I do pick up and pet neighborhood cats who are just kind of walking around the street sometimes. But yeah, my family has 2 dogs, and I love them. They're awesome. But yeah,
cute.
it is kind of funny. You would
Yeah.
think that I own cats from my art, if you just looked at my art that I do, but I don't.
Oh no, I get that. Drawing what you like, I do that with rabbits quite a bit.
Yeah, yeah.
Like I volunteer with rabbits, but
I mean, that's the thing. It's like, you can draw a rabbit. You don't have to, like, you know, no one's holding a gun to you and say, hey, you can't draw that rabbit because you don't own a rabbit. Like, screw you.
I like that Luce adopts a mouse.
Oh, yeah, those little things, yeah.
I think it died.
Did it?
I'm sure, because it's supposed to feed on knowledge or whatever. I'm
Oh.
sure there was a scene of it. The
Did they
cage.
get too stupid?
I don't know if it was
They
dead in the
couldn't
cage or empty.
feed it any more knowledge? They weren't smart enough? Like, damn.
I don't remember why. I think it's
Oh, wow. That has to be like a more subtle thing, because I don't recall that. And I have rewatched it twice. Or I've watched it twice, so I feel like I would have remembered that it just died. Dang.
Yeah, it wasn't actually shown. It just stopped showing up.
Maybe
and-
they turned it loose. Maybe that's what's supposed to be. Like, they needed the
just
knowledge, and then, I don't know, maybe that's just optimistic headcanon. Maybe our little mouse
I
buddies
found-
cooked, and that's just his life.
I'm so sure I saw it. It was a fever dream. Yeah, I saw it dead in the cage.
Yeah.
I don't know.
But yeah, actually the first video edited together, I have some Balloons tower defense videos, which are before I really knew video editing, so they're all done in one take. It's just like,
Okay.
also the walls, like, if I misspeak, we start over. Which was quite a choice. But the first one that I, like, edited together, you know, and actually cut, put music to and stuff, is a speed paint of Titan Loose. After I was just so happy that I finished the show and I saw the season finale, I was just, like, really happy afterwards. And so I painted this like 2 days later, I believe. And that's actually, like, the first, you know, properly edited together video on my channel. So that is one really interesting connection to Loose
special.
for me.
Titan Loose.
I
is
love the
amazing,
design
yeah.
so much. It's so cool.
Yeah,
Do you have a favorite episode?
I do. And it's funny because there's been a reanimation for this. Well, there is in the process.
Oh, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, Enchanting Grom Fright. So this is something you'll have missed because you didn't watch the show at the time. But we got hints of Amity liking Luz, maybe.
Yeah,
right?
there's also that one drawing that Dana Terrace did. I forget. My friend showed me it, and it was like it had them together, and one of them was like, "Oh wow, nice, this person, yay!" It was like kind of hinted at pretty strongly, both like from the creator just drawing on stream and in the show.
Yeah. So I already felt like the show was something that was missing from my own childhood. This episode for real had me screeching. Yeah, I'd watched Steven Universe, but this is different because it was 2 teens and a sapphic relationship. Basically, the end where Amity throws the paper and then it reveals to say Luz's name. That was just a moment in fandom. Just the explicit confirmation, you know, from a Disney cartoon of teenagers, you know, a children's show, having that. Because, as you know, it's always seen as an adult thing for whatever reason.
Yeah, there's a lot
Homophobia.
of interesting stuff with that, which is kind of funny, the double standard. Like, I know one musician who's a South Korean, he had a music video, and he had, for some reason over there, it's like, okay, if a man and a woman are kissing, it's like teen. If two men are kissing or two women are kissing, R rating, like bring the hammer down. And so he made a music video where that was the only adult thing, just to like make people think about it, be like, huh, this is an adult, this is R, really? Huh, that seems a bit strange.
Yeah, it's innocent.
But I can't imagine what that would have been like, to watch while it
Oh
aired and to have that
my
like
god.
confirmed in the story that they weren't gonna, like beat around the bush or shy away from it, or
Yeah.
just leave it be implied forever,
Queer
Yeah,
baiting, which was definitely a big thing at the time. Also, Loser's outfit was a vibe, straight
for
up.
sure.
Yeah, it was just that was a piece of history, in my opinion, for
No, I
real.
would agree, yeah.
There was people complaining, obviously, as there always is, but you have to just say like, why is it okay if Luz was a boy, you wouldn't be saying anything. But yeah, that's my favorite episode, I think,
Nice.
genuinely, and I'm really happy that there's a team reanimating that.
Yeah, that is awesome. Yeah, maybe we can link them in the description or something. Try to help them out if we can.
For sure.
Any Owl House Mad lads listening, go help the Grom redance. I am far too busy, unfortunately. So if anyone wants to pick up the jacket, please do. Alrighty, you did mention you wanted to ask me a few things, and yeah, is there anything you would like
Oh
to ask
yeah.
me as a
Let me
animator,
try and remember.
musician, fellow Owl House and Digimon fan,
Yeah.
whatever,
What?
or someone who
What?
participated in the project while you were running it,
Yeah, I was gonna say what drew you to the project? What made you want to join? And how was the experience of the project from your perspective?
Okay, yeah. So, oh boy, we're gonna have to think back. Cause yeah, you wouldn't know this about me because we have been talking for too long. I'm a very present and forward-thinking person. So like, all of
Okay.
my mental space is like going to studying and everything, and like where I'm at now. So I have to like really think. Okay, back to several years ago, I was in. Yeah, okay. The timeline's coming back to me. I could see the vision. So several years ago, I just finished a webcomic, right, for a competition. I
Okay.
believe this was before or just after. It's a little fuzzy, but I believe it's just after. And I'm like, okay, well, I did this. I would like to, try out some more animation stuff. I can actually link a couple things I was inspired by, if I can remember, for just indie stuff or small studios and things where we're really into the music and making animations, or someone making a trailer for their comic characters, or maybe a really just short animated trailer for like a D&D campaign or something. That was really inspiring to me. It's like, oh wow, you don't have to have a whole studio. Maybe you can just make something. And then so I kind of took the leap to just buy all of Howard Wimshurst's courses because they were on sale. And that's
Hell
how I
yeah.
got involved with Animator Guild. He sort of became my mentor, which was really nice. And so I became very active in that community, doing 1 hour challenges, speed battles with people, doing gesture drawings, and just hanging out there, having a good time, learning and teaching what I can. And then so I look in the collab channel, right? And like 80% of it is just like, hey, please like do free work for me. And it was not the
Yeah.
best. And then but I would still check it every now and then. It's like, hey, maybe you never know. But yeah, I saw this. I was like, oh wow, that is really cool. The Owl House. I watched it in a pretty dark place in my life. I was pretty not like depressed as in like the chemical definition or medical definition. When you're the chemicals for like happiness and like endorphins, I think, are just not
Mm.
working correctly, but just like a very like kind of bad mental state, and it was very difficult, and that carried me through that, and that being able to kind of like hang out and get to know these characters and see them progress and persevere through different things and how their relationships and friendships developed was like really cool. And so it has a lot of meaning to me with that, or like again with the expression and freedom for love and who you choose to love and be with is really cool. And that definitely like helped me understand myself better. So there's like a lot of pretty deep stuff, or like I've talked about all the things I have in common with Luce, or just the show's humor. Like I love the show's humor. They have shit like the one sign in, I don't even remember what building it is. It's not important. The funny thing is it says Alchemists Anonymous, like Alcoholics Anonymous, but it's like you're addicted to alchemy or something. It's so funny. It's so witty. They have the, you know, I'm a pretty big Amphibia fan. I'd definitely say Owl House reached me more. I don't usually like to talk like that. I like to be like, yeah, art is cool. I don't like to be like, oh, this is better than that. But Owl House definitely probably had more of a emotional impact on me, I believe. I also watched it first.
Yeah,
they have
the
like treasure chest that everybody goes to the Amphibia dimension in Amphibia in a couple of scenes. So there's so many references. And again, with me watching some of the shows and experiencing some of the stuff that the show is referencing, it just, in some ways, it just felt like it was made for me, or at least made for someone my age, which was really cool. So I'm just very heavily invested in the Owl House, I guess. And so I was like, oh, cool. Like, Owl House Reanimated project. Like, let's, check in. Let's see how many people are working on this. Let's see if I can snag a scene. And then I did, right? I found I think at the time, the only available scene, which is really funny. Now that I know the 50% turnover rate, or roughly 50% turnover rate, I was like, oh wow, I just barely snuck in. So that's why I picked that scene, actually, is because it was the only one available at the time.
I appreciate that you were willing to do whatever scene was available.
Oh yeah, no, for sure. I was just like, again, this is like the only one I've done that has been seen through all the way so far.
It was really funny as well, and the people I showed it did comment on it.
Oh yeah.
The arms disappearing.
Yeah, that was a... Yeah, we gotta tell everybody the story behind that, because they wouldn't know. So I was drawing this, right, and I was kind of going, sometimes I would go like, just the body mechanics, then I'd animate the limbs, or just this or that, or I had finished certain parts of it. I had a little bit of a strange workflow, which is fine because I'm working by myself. But I just hadn't finished the arms yet, and I was like, well, it's the monthly check-in, or I just worked on it all day today, whatever it was, and I posted it, and everyone thought it was funny. They're like, oh my gosh, when she says my weak nerd arms, they just disappear. And I'm like, you know what if we just kept it? And I don't usually do stuff like that because I don't want to be like, okay, well, this could be seen as I just didn't finish it. Like, it's not super clear it was a choice. But I figured since they do reappear in the next like quick scene that I did, it's it would be seen as a deliberate choice.
Yeah, exactly.
It also kind of helped it push it to a little more ridiculous level, which I like. It's a bit goofier than the original. So that was really cool. I was in a really rough spot, actually, when I, about halfway through working on it, it turns out I had a lot of weaknesses in my hands, just muscles and tendons. I was not taking care of myself very well during university and afterwards.
Okay.
And I don't know if you remember this, but yeah, I said, I need more time because I have hand issues.
I do remember the hand issues.
Yeah, and so thankfully, that is better now. I went to so many people, so many specialists, which was so awful, because none of them could tell me what it was, because it wasn't like, it wasn't arthritis, it wasn't carpal tunnel syndrome, it wasn't tendonitis, it wasn't any of these things that the tests were specializing in. It was weakness in my hands specifically, and I know that because I did a bunch of weight training, and I have this thing called flex bar, which is for treating golfer's elbow and tennis elbow, and I've done all this stuff. I've got back to get into the gym more and exercising and eating a bit better and just overall health stuff in addition to strengthening. And it's actually a really common thing I did not know about, that people, they work on the computer a lot, maybe for their job, then maybe they're an artist or a musician or a gamer, and they just have all this, very high stress on their hands, and then they kind of neglect their health a bit. And so they keep that high level of stress, but their ability to match it kind of goes down a little bit. So instead of training to strengthen to meet that demand, it kind of slowly creeps up on them. And apparently it's a pretty normal thing.
Right.
And it happens to a lot of people, especially, you know, someone who does coding for their job. And it's a pretty easy fix. You just, you know, do some more weight training, maybe work a little bit less, stretch. You know, stretching is really important. You know, to take little breaks every hour and stuff. It's not that bad, but it's really important, especially if you want to take art or really any kind of profession like art, music, coding really seriously as your profession. It's really important that people learn that. So yeah, thankfully I am better now. I know I'm way healthier than I was when I did that, but that was very sad because I know I wanted to work on it more and I was unable to, and it kind of dragged on. Like you'll actually see when I send you my work in progress for the Avatar one, you'll see how much faster I am now because I'm not like having to take like weeks off to like rest.
Oh no, but I'm glad you managed to recover.
I did recover, and I did not, you know, draw more than I was able to at the time. Like I didn't make my condition worse or anything because like it was bad, but sometimes, you know, I could do a little bit of stuff sometimes. So that was pretty rough. I do forget about that because, again, very present forward thinking. I'm like, I'm not gonna think about how like that was a really shitty year because I couldn't draw. Like I'm fucking cooking now. I'm happy. Like
yeah, you're keeping up the good habits.
Yeah. So
I can see how easily that kind of thing can creep up on you, especially if you're being pressured at work. You are entitled to breaks, especially if you work on a screen.
Yeah.
It reminds me of a meme actually. Time to go home from bad screen or something. Oh, what is it? Oh, yeah, sick of bad screen. Time to go home to a good screen. Basically,
it's really bad.
That is it. You're on the computer all day. What are you doing?
Like I tried to go for walks too. You know, trying to get outside, maybe walk around at the park, get some nature in. Like it's really bad. People don't make time for that, and it's kind of weird to think that like, unless you work like construction or something, it's on you. It's all on you. You have to make time for this. So much progress for so many people's professions is like all on the computer, and it's up to you to figure it out, and I guess just get good and take care of yourself.
Get good.
Yeah, no, but it is brutal. But yeah, so that was at least the mental attitude for like the back half of doing my part was just slow, a very, very slow trudge.
Yeah.
Although I do quite like the style I went for. It's very like ink brush, kind of anime, which I like. You can tell, which actually ties into what you were saying, like being very like, oh wow, I've improved a lot since I made this. You can tell I come from a background in comics when you look at that animation, because there's no in between.
Yeah.
It is only key poses. Like it is so choppy. It is more choppy than like 90s anime choppy, which is already
I kind of like choppy though.
Oh, I love it, but
it's
like
overly smooth. It's not that
it's
great.
not the only thing I want to do. So as I'm very like, you know, trying to kind of swing the other way and train myself to do other things. But it is really funny. You can see that like that milestone in my animation journey, I guess, of like going from comic artists to kind of closer to animatic type of things to then later more what you would expect of full-blown like animation on 2s or 3s or something.
I know for mine, just changing the software helped so much.
Oh really? What do you animate in?
I don't know if I can. Does it matter if I'm not going to talk badly of something. I wasn't too good with the previous software. It was quite limiting. I switched over to OpenTunes, which is free, and there's a lot more freedom in that, and it's more traditional style the way it's set out. And oh my gosh, it was so much better. Yeah, for me,
no, that's good.
I needed the more freedom that OpenTunes gave. I think. But yeah.
Yeah, I did try OpenTunes briefly, but I could not use it. I just didn't put the time in to learn it, I believe.
Oh, I had to watch YouTube tutorials. I found someone who was quite funny and entertaining to watch.
Oh, okay,
thankfully.
very good. That's always good. Yeah, I do basically everything in Clip Studio Paint because that's what I use for comics. I went from I went the classic anime kid route. You start with Paint Tool Sai, then you realize Psy is
Yeah.
not good enough for what you want to do. And don't get me wrong, Psy is a light and amazing program. It does not have all the features I need. So I moved to Clip Studio, worked on that for years. And then it's like, oh, we're doing animation. Well, let's just keep using Clip Studio because they give animation, and that's just the one I'm most comfortable with. That's what I use all the time. It is nice because I do have friends that work in the anime industry and stuff, and so we can, do fun stuff, or we just send files back and forth, which is really great. So that's pretty nice for just the kind of network I'm in. I am learning TV Paint because I might need it for work or freelance stuff. There's a decent chance that I will need that, so that has been quite an experience because it's, animation software is animation software. Some things are always going to be the same, but like it's pretty different, and it's different enough where like I have to really struggle to learn with it, which is kind of tough. I am getting better, and I do appreciate some of the features it has, which are different or just not present in Clip Studio, which is really nice. Like, for example, I find the timeline in TV Paint way more intuitive.
Okay.
Yeah, I usually just animate everything in Clip Studio because I just love how the drawing works.
Yeah, fair enough.
Let me think. I think that was pretty much everything, right? I eventually did finish the part. Oh, I can check a little fun thing. If I open up Clip Studio now, I might be able to check how many hours I worked on the scene. That would be super interesting. Because Clip Studio actually has a really cool feature. Now, this is a little bit not giving myself enough credit because it is based on pen on tablet. So if you're thinking for like 2 hours, it's like, yeah, screw you, you're not working. Okay, roughly, I think this is correct. No, I think, yeah.
Oh god, I'm really curious.
This is gonna... yeah, okay. So sometimes I copy paste files, which I believe would mess it up because it would count the previous one. So I did not do that this time. So yeah, 26 hours. Pen to tablet. 26 hours of working on that scene.
Trying to think if that was a working day.
Yeah, that is quite something.
Yeah, about 3 full days, right?
Yep.
Basically. Yeah, that's not bad, I think.
Yeah.
I actually don't know what is... I guess it depends on who you are, doesn't it?
It depends.
I don't know how long I take.
Yeah. But that was the total time spent, and it was over like several months.
Yeah.
Just working on it whenever I could. Then I took pretty big breaks because I was working on some other stuff, which I forget exactly what. Yeah, that was quite something. Yeah, 26 hours for just keyframes, albeit fully colored.
Oh no, but thank you for putting that work into this project.
Yeah, no, of course. Yeah, no, I wanted to do a good job, and I definitely, I'm proud of what I did, and I think I definitely gave it like the best of my abilities at the time, which is really cool. Yeah, no, I think that's just about, that's everything for what it was like from my perspective. Unfortunately, I didn't involve myself with the community too much for talking with people. I don't know what that was like earlier when you joined, or I forget their name. I did get a recommendation on an audiobook for Journey to the West, which I'm so happy about. I did talk to a couple people sometimes, and it's because I had a freaking Sun Wukong from Lego Monkey Kid like crying, and it was a meme that said Sun Wukong said the eyeliner may be popping, but the mental health is still dropping. And I redrew it while I was doing Gartic Throne with some friends, and I put that as my profile picture, and someone was like, oh yo, Sun Wukong from Lego Monkey Kid. Let's go. I love Journey to the West. I'm like, dude, stay, man. Do you got any audiobook recommendations? And he showed me this guy who has like 90 hours, I think, of him reading the entire thing on YouTube for free. It's funny. Nice. He's really into Dragon Ball. It's like, oh, I see. You started with Dragon Ball. That led you to Journey to the West. And now you're reading it to all of us. Well, thank you. So I definitely had my moments with that, or people were very supportive. They give the who's the crying? Is it Luce or Amity with the like kind of hands kind of praying held together, like crying in joy? What emote was that?
Oh, there's a fair few emotes like
Yeah.
that. There's Hooty crying, Amity crying, Luz
Yeah,
crying.
but yeah, people are really nice. You know, they give you some emotes or say, give you some props for your work, or be happy that
Yeah.
someone else is consistently doing progress, which was really cool. Or as I said, the her arms disappearing was an inside joke because it was unintentional at first. I just didn't do that part yet, and then everyone thought it was funny. I was like, you know what? You guys are on to something.
Oh, the inside jokes, the Lego
Oh my
eaters, so
god!
many Lego
Thank you for
eaters.
reminding. There's so many freaking Lego Eatas. I want to make a Lego Eata counter. I might do that. Maybe actually I have to call with some other people for a project after this eventually, but maybe not tonight. But like, yeah, I gotta make a Lego Eata counter. Be like all Lego Eatas from the Owl House Reanimated.
But yeah, that's what you were saying with the reacts. I will say, like, even if people didn't talk for a few weeks or whatever, everyone made sure to see each other's work
Oh,
and
for
react to
sure,
it, which
yeah.
I appreciate.
That actually was really nice. Yeah. Again, even though I didn't speak to a ton of people, I really did feel the support in the community and that I was, not alone in working on this in a very, very literal way. It was nice. But yeah, I think that's pretty much everything. Yeah, from like to answer your question, yeah, from how I got involved in the community that you were advertising in, all the way to finishing it. Oh, I've already said this, but I'll say it again. It was so awesome, so surreal to see my art in sequence with so many other people's stuff. Like what, like 100 plus other, like 106 or whatever it is, like
It's 111, so
111,
yeah.
yeah. So 111 plus, because a couple people you said tag teamed and stuff.
Yeah.
111 other artists that my work is now in sequence with them, and that's God, that's so cool. And to see my username freaking in the credits of something is so cool to me. As someone who
Oh, that's
like
good. Did you?
this is something I've been trying to grow more as a person lately is accepting help and collabing with people, especially with just smaller stuff. Like, hey, let's do a skateboard animation together. 1 hour. I'll do the kick, you do the flip. We'll make a kick flip. Like, it doesn't have to be crazy. It doesn't have to be a studio thing. It can be just a little something. But I've been very like, I do a lot of art by myself. And so this is really one of the big first big things where I really got to see my name listed with a bunch of other people, see it on something. I think it as also like a lot of people saw it, which is cool. Like it got 2,000 views on my YouTube channel. It got a bunch of views on Reddit, I think. I don't remember.
Oh, it's on. I haven't checked Reddit.
Yeah, but like no, a lot of people were pretty happy. I know I made some people laugh just sending like the scene on its own, and then seeing how many people saw it in sequence is pretty cool too.
Yeah, I think on the YouTube currently it's 60,000.
Oh wow, yeah, it was like
On
56,000 when
Newgrounds,
I
there's a few
checked. Yeah,
thousand
a
there.
couple more thousand Owl House fans. Wow, nice.
Yeah. Were you there for the premiere?
No, I was not. I unfortunately had some other stuff going on. I forget what. I was meeting with some other people, or I might have been watching Lord of the Rings in theaters for the first time or something. There's some other time
Okay, valid.
sensitive stuff, unfortunately, so I wasn't out there for the premiere. I did watch it like the day after.
Yeah.
I was as quick on the draw as I could be for that one.
How d Yeah, so like you said, it was surreal. It was watching that and then seeing everyone comment on it. Oh, did you make a comment? I don't
No,
know.
I did not.
I
I
know
did
one of
not.
it
Yeah,
did.
unfortunately.
Okay.
No. Yeah, I don't comment on a lot of things though. I'm
Yeah, I'm a bit of a
pretty
lurker.
reserved with that. But I do try to reply to people who comment on my videos as much. I've sort of slacked on that recently because it can be overwhelming. But I do try to because I know some of those people are very, very kind to me. Saying stuff that
Yeah.
relevant or that what I did was helpful to them or something. I appreciate them sharing that. I want to say like, oh yeah, cool, glad you liked the video, or just a little something. But yeah, I will say to anyone who's thinking about, trying to get some help on their art, be it just working with a friend on like, a small 2-page comic, or like, a short animation challenge, or, hiring somebody, go for it. Because there was someone, I forget her name, but she's a webcomic artist, and I was watching an interview. She's like, yeah, people should be more scared that the project of a substantial scale won't exist rather than it won't be as perfect because I was in control of every element. And that really spoke to me. And so
Yeah.
this was actually really cool to, work in sequence, work with other people, and kind of get somewhat of a feel for what it was like to work in a team and see stuff be put together. But yeah, I think that should be it. Yeah, unless there's anything else.
You just wanted to ask about socials.
Yeah. Do you have anything? Because I'm going to be putting my website in the pinned comment and the description.
Of course.
I'm going to be... We're always trying to get people over there to see what I'm cooking up. And best believe I will be cooking up things. So I got to make sure I give you a chance if you want to, just any future projects, or just just like, a social media that you would announce that you're doing something, or just... anything you want. Or if you want to keep yourself more mysterious and not link anything, that's cool too. If you want to go on that.
No, I do want to. I want to help out things. Yeah. It's fine. So I do want to shout out again that Grom dance.
Yes. We will definitely.
I'll probably get
that in there.
I'll probably make a post on the Owl House Reanimated channel for it too. The other project I'm actually a staff member of is the Animal Crossing movie Reanimated.
Oh, really? I didn't.
Yeah, if you didn't
even know there was an Animal Crossing movie.
Most people didn't because it's Japan exclusive.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, it's an Animal Crossing movie.
All of a sudden, very curious.
There is an English dub for it. I think it was a fan dub. But
that makes sense.
Yeah, I'm not too sure. I think it is a fan dub. The project's got about 100 scenes completed at the moment, but there's plenty left.
I bet, because you said it was a feature film, right?
It's a movie, yes, so quite a bit.
We're at the 1/3 mark then.
Oh man, that one's been going on for quite a while as well. That's got its own history going on, but it's ongoing.
Oh, that's awesome to hear about, though.
Yeah, if you want to join, I'm sure you'll link it, but if you just search Animal Crossing Reanimated, you'll see.
Gotcha. Yeah, no, don't worry. I'm very dedicated, both out of kindness and out of spite, because sometimes I find people's channels and they have such cool music, and I know it's not their music. I know it's just copyright free, and they don't cite it, and I'm like, give me the jams. Like, I can't stand it.
Oh, man, that's happened before for me. I message them and they don't reply either.
And so I am just so dedicated. Like, you will never find my channel. Like, if you look on my channel, you always see the music. It's like all the tracks in order. I'm like, I have to give people the jams. Awesome. So yeah, no, I'll go through all this and make sure that anything we said we'd link, we will.
Awesome.
Gotta make sure to do my diligence on that. Okay, sweet. Yeah. So yeah, I was just wondering, any future projects you're working on, and there are some. Sweet. So yeah, everybody, go look at them. Go look at them now.
It's quite a big crossover, Animal Crossing fans with Owl House fans.
Really? I wouldn't make that connection. I mean, I kind of see it.
Are you serious?
No. Well, I mean, I don't play Animal Crossing, so I wouldn't know. But like, yeah, I'm like, I don't see like a lot of Animal Crossing and Owl House stuff together, I guess, or like people making like stuff.
No, I would just say that Owl House fans would definitely play Animal Crossing.
Yeah, no, I can see it. Like, it's one of those things where you're like, you would hear that and be like, yeah, that checks out. But no, I just don't play Animal Crossing, so actually any of the people who are really into the Owl House that I know, I wouldn't know if they play Animal Crossing or not.
Yeah, fair enough.
Yeah, okay, sweet.
Outro time?
yeah, thank you for your time. Thank you for hopping on call. I appreciate it. It was really awesome as someone, who worked on this to be able to talk to the event organizer and hear all about the history and how it came to be. And congratulations to everybody who worked on this, and you should be incredibly proud that it is posted.
Thank you for having me. I've had a really good time talking about it, actually. I appreciate that you think my advice is valuable enough to record.
Yeah, no, for sure. No, you lived it, and that's got to be worth something.
Oh, thank you.
But yeah, thank you, appreciate it, and yep, everyone go check out all this stuff in the
Yes, please
description,
join.
all the projects, maybe some animatics. We link those, and
Yeah, support human
yes,
artists.
support human artists. We need more of that. You can check out my website. I have, I'm working on a short film. I have a bunch of videos documenting that if you want to. I'm documenting that very thoroughly. And then, yeah, if you are an animator, if you're interested in, joining a Reanimated project, this one is over, but there are others. And, I would encourage you go check it out. It can be a lot of fun. All right.
Yeah.
Then we put the cool, steezy Adult Swim style bumper that I made at the end,
Awesome.
which has my brother's music, which would be sick.
Oh, hell yeah.